What is up, boys and girls? It's your boy, aka Benny P here, with another Bedrock Minecraft video. 1.12 plus here. Today we're going to be talking about a couple different farms. These are, well, at least the one on my left is my own custom design that we're going to go through. A melon and pumpkin farm. And then we're going to talk about sugarcane farm as well as bamboo farm. And these are all stackable. You can stack them all the way up to build limit, as well as tileable. So you could put a bunch of these right next to each other without affecting the rates or anything, or affecting any of the redstone. So this is very simple design. So this would be a good idea if you want something cheap and easy to build. Probably not the most efficient design. There is some loss here. Sometimes the melons will fall on these grass blocks, or the blocks where the actual plants are, the stalks, so it's possible to lose some of these drops. But I've added in some features that we'll talk about later that makes this a little bit more, that protects that a little bit more, protects your drops. So first, before we get into the actual building process, I'd like to talk about some of the rates. So I did 3 1-hour tests. The first test was 85 melon slices, 16 pumpkins, which rounds up to 9 melons and 16 pumpkins and a couple more slices. This second test was 1 hour with 79 melons and 26 pumpkins. Kind of interesting, we got 10 more pumpkins in this one, a little less melons. So you can see those drops there. And then the third one was even more interesting. We got 159 melons and 18 pumpkins. So I don't really know how to tell you guys how this is going to work, just because we've had kind of three different possible scenarios here. But anyway, this I have some math here that I did for you guys. So build limit is 250, so if you start off at level 6, which is like the closest to Bedrock you can get on most worlds, then if your module height is 5, so each one of these is 5 blocks high, that means you could build 50 modules stacked on top of each other all the way up to the build limit. So you could build 50 of these in this one like little sliver here. So 50 straight up. So you could go 50 high with this, and if you were going to do that, then 50, there's 3 of each plant, so I kind of crisscrossed them. On this side there's pumpkin, melon, pumpkin. On this side there's melon, pumpkin, melon, so that's 3 of each plant on each module. So that's going to give you 50 mods high times 3 is 150. So you have a possible spawning area of 150 if you were to build this all the way up to build limit. So what does that mean? That means 150 plants, 16 pumpkins. This is from our first test. We're just using our first test as an example. So if we have 150 plants times 16 pumpkins, so that's this math may not be right actually. I need to rethink how this works because we actually had 4. So you would have to divide, you'd have to do 150 divided by 4, then multiply that by 16, I guess. Same here, 150 divided by 4 multiplied by 85. But anyway, you can see the rates are pretty substantial here, so you can work out that math on your own. I'm only a computer scientist, so I don't know how to do math, so. But you can see there's stuff dropping in. You saw those melons drop in. We check our chest, we get melons and pumpkins here. You can leave this running in your world. It's not laggy. It's not going to cause a bunch of lag. And it's very simple to build. So, moving forward, we have these 2 farms here. So, on this side we put some sugarcane. On this side we put some bamboo. Our first test was this, 48 bamboo, 6 sugarcane. 43 bamboo, 9 sugarcane. I wouldn't use this design for sugarcane because what I'm about to tell you here. So on this one, we'll see the rates from one test there, 23 and 5. But what you can do with this design is you can add in the single tick for the melons, or sorry, not the melons, the sugarcane. You can add a water source with trapdoors that update the water source, and a whole circuit down here to make this work where these fire immediately all the time. You always get sugarcane growing super fast. If you want to see how that's done, I would suggest going to Silent Whispers video about sugarcane single tick, and you get a ridiculous amount of sugarcane with this. And basically, all it is a line of pistons. All your plants inside there, water stream to a single hopper, and then this little circuit out the back. It's just an observer with a single tick on this repeater, this repeater, and then 2 ticks on this repeater feeding out into a redstone line. And what that does is it makes it do a single tick, so this observer doesn't keep reading when the pistons push out, and it only reads once, so it only pushes the pistons once instead of like always pushing them continually. So that's what that circuit does. Simple to build, guys. You guys should be able to figure out how to build these two if you want. I would say that this one's going to be a little more efficient, and you can make this one to where it's 5 high as well. If you just added 2 blocks under here and pushed this whole circuitry up 2 blocks, then this would be 5 high, and you could actually stack it along with your melon farm if you wanted to. If you wanted some modules that were just sugarcane and bamboo, or vice versa. So with all that being said, let's jump into the actual building of these farms. So to start off the building process here, I'm actually going to put this on ground level this time. Before you can see this is 2 blocks below ground level. I'm going to start on ground level this time. So put 1 block there with a hopper feeding into it, and then you want to put 8 blocks off of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then build up a little back wall here with a kind of a trough. This is going to be a trough where all the water's going to go. So then we just need some dirt here. And we're just going to do a line of dirt this way. And I'll actually clean this up in a second because we don't really want dirt on all these spots. So we're going to have kind of 2 wide little modules, so I'll just break a block on each of these, and that'll give us like little 2 wide blocks. And then put in some your building blocks here. Drop this part in, this part, all that. Then let's grab some water and go ahead and put the water in. So the water is going to run all the way to the edge of this hopper, and anything that falls into here is just going to feed all the way down to the hopper. So that's what we want. Now we need a hoe, and we need some seeds here. And we'll also use some bone meal to speed up this process some. So I'm going to hoe here. You can hoe here, 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 whatever. It doesn't matter. However you want to do this, just make sure that your pistons are always on the space that isn't hoed. So the space that isn't tilled is where you want to put your pistons. So you can lay out these plants however you want. I don't think it really affects the rates, other than I try to make them even. That way you're kind of getting the same rates between the two. I think I screwed that up, did I? Maybe not. So then you can just bone mill up these guys. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And I'm going to show you how easy this is to build, guys. This will literally be a very quick build process. It's not a hard build at all. It's very cheap resource-wise. We're only using 1 hopper, so this is very cheap on iron, very cheap on redstone. So it's going to basically be one of the cheaper designs you can do. Now again, like I said, there is some give and take here. You are going to lose some. You're going to lose some of your drops here, but it's okay. This is a good farm. Trust me, you're going to get all the rates you need. Really, you are going to lose some rates, but it'll be fine in the long run. So let's go ahead and get rid of these for now. And then we want to grab some pistons. So we're just going to place piston here, piston here, piston here. On all these spots where your plants aren't is where you want to put a piston. So you're just going to keep blocking this way. Piston there. And a piston there. So piston. Piston. Perfect. I'm going to get rid of these blocks and I'm going to grab some redstone and some torches. So we're going to continue putting these blocks all the way across now. Just go all the way down the line. Continue to fill this part out as well. You can design this however you want with whatever blocks you want. Just make sure all the redstone components and everything are in the same configuration that I have them in. So now you're going to put your redstone torches in here, 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 here. Don't need that one. Don't need that one. Place redstone above each torch. And this mechanic is basically going to burn out the torches. So what happens is anytime this torch sees an update on this block here, like next to it, anywhere next to this torch or below this torch or above the torch, it's going to activate this piston. So watch when I place a block on top of this torch. So that's called a burnout. It turns that torch off, but then if a block gets placed here, the torch activates. So that's what we want to see. So that's a good way to test all of your things. You can put a block in front of the piston and make sure it shoves it. I'm just going to trust that it works right now. We're actually going to put lighting here too, so I almost forgot about that. So let's grab a lighting block as well. So I'm just going to use glowstone for now. You can use whatever light block you want. For me, I'm going to use glowstone. So just put a glowstone above each one of your stocks. Like that, perfect. Now we're going to do the other side. Boom. Glowstone. Boom, boom, boom. That torch gets burnt out. Boom. Yep, looking good. This is going real quick. Okay, now you could basically stop at this point and it would be a functioning farm at this point. I would suggest go ahead and putting some blocks here. Maybe you want that to be. You could make that glass, but let's try glass. I don't know if that'll affect the farm or not. But let's go ahead and make this glass. You can make this glass or blocks or whatever you want. For this build, we're gonna use glass here. And you'll see how this differs a little bit from what we did over there, but I think it'll be fine. So that way you can actually see into the farm here and kind of see what's going on inside. So this could be done. We could call this done at this point, but why we wouldn't... Oh, sorry, you don't put glass here, my bad. That won't work because you do need to have it to where it can drop down this hopper from other positions, but you could do it like this. You could put glass there. Boom, 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 boom. All the way down here. And just have this glass front here. But you do need that space above the hopper for the drops from the next level to drop down. So, like I said, we could be done here. We could say, boom, we have one module. It's good. I don't care. I'm just going to get whatever drops I get from this module. But, like I said in the beginning of the video, there are some things you can do to improve the rates here to make it less lossless, to make it more lossless. So what you want to do is you want to grab yourself some iron bars and some glass panes and put an iron bar above each plant. It's okay that that's activating, we don't really care right now. Iron bar, and then go back to the very back here and put in glass panes all the way down the middle of this wall. So what this is going to do is it's going to kind of give a barrier to keep it from, keep the drops from like kind of landing back where they came from or across to the other side. This just basically keeps your drops from getting tangled up in between the modules. So it should kind of hit the glass and fall down in the middle, or at least be more likely to do that. And then you can just do, if you want to do glass here, you can do glass. You can do regular blocks, but you can just add in glass here. Boom, all the way down. and that is one module completely finished. So that's one module. You can build this up as high as you want, all the way up to build limit. So I'll go ahead and show you how to start the next module. So you're just going to continue the same process. 2 blocks on each one of these. 2 blocks there. Almost got that. Boom, boom. And then you're going to put block, block. Same thing across. Block, block. 2 blocks. Build this up to the next level so we can add in our water. And then dirt, 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 dirt. And then add in your water here. And as you'll see, this drops straight down to that piston. So you're just going to continue the process that I showed you down here, building all the way up. So you could, if I drop in a piece of dirt, you'll see it'll fall all the way down eventually, and it'll go straight in the hopper, and that will show up in our chest. So just continue this process all the way up to build limit, guys, as high as you want to go. You can build as many modules as you want, guys, and get all those drops. Like I said, you can stack these farms on top of the melon farms too. If you want to do all melon section, if you want to do all pumpkin section, however you guys want to build this, it should work. Just keep that same layout that I showed you down here, and you should be good to go. So thanks guys for watching this. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Let me know. Hopefully this helps somebody out, and this is a good idea for somebody who wants a farm that isn't super efficient, but is still decently efficient and a lot cheaper than some of the other farms out there. So smash that like button. Leave me a comment. Let me know how I did. Thank you guys so much for watching today, and I'll catch you next time.